It's a big Pratt & Whitney radial engine. This particular aircraft is supercharged 600 horsepower version. Maximum speed in a dive about 250 miles an hour. Very distinctive noise from the Harvard. This particular aircraft, marked up as an American Navy aircraft, is in fact a 1953 Mark IV, and it is the final version of a family of designs known as the T6 or SNJ. Originally, it was a fixed-wing, fixed undercarriage prototype, the NA-16. It was first flown in 1935, and before World War II the RAF had already bought some of these aircraft for training, advanced training, and it was the RAF that gave it the name Harvard. The Americans knew it as the Texan, or the Navy used to know it as the SNJ, or a Harvard with a hook. Flown today by Simon Ducker from the Real Aeroplane Company of Breedon in Yorkshire. Simon has had his pilot's license for 20 years and is in the Western Powers. And it was as late as the 1990s when the last military Harvards were retired by the South African Air Force. Harvard flew with the Royal Air Force on training duties until 1955. But in fact, even today, there is one Harvard still on strength with the Royal Air Force at the Empire Test Pilots Training School at Boscombe Down in Wiltshire. Approximately 15,000 Harvards and Yales, as the fixed undercarriage version, were built, of which 1,500 were built by Canadian Car and Foundry and Norwegian in Canada. And this particular aircraft is a Canadian-built example. During the war, pilots would have their basic training on the famous Tiger Moth biplane or the Miles Manchester that we'll see later on today, and then they would move on to the Harvard, flying the Harvard from the back seat for the photographic pass, the mighty Harvard. Aircraft, and one of my favourite aircraft. I flew in an SNJ a few years ago. That's the Harvard with a hook. It really is a wonderful training aeroplane, and there are certain places around the UK where you can actually go for a flight in a Harvard. Certain Harvards are actually licensed to take people up for flights. I'm sure if you looked on the internet sites and on the interweb, you will find the opportunity where you can go to terrorists in various parts of the world. Simon, bring the aircraft now down with a wheels down pass. Have your cameras ready. Nice pass for photographers here. The big Harvard. And there's that distinctive noise as the prop tips go supersonic. A distinctive noise, such a feature of the Harvard, because it has such a small propeller that turns so